Right, I've just shut the front room down. Christmas lights are off. All looks nice and tidy. Boys have just run through. Let's just shut the front room door. And make sure the light's out. That's better. Couldn't see if I'd turned it out there. Right, come on in guys. Let's get the boys up the garden. Ah. There's my Snoop. Snoop's down there. There's my Snoopy. Come on in, so let's get you up the garden, fella. Go on, let's see if it's still raining. No, it's stopped at the moment, guys. It's very wet out there, but it has stopped at the moment. Right, I'm going to flick the kettle on because I want to take a cup of tea up tonight. Right, that's it. We're full. Right, kettle's on. Throw that in the recycle bin. That's just an envelope. There you go. Right, sorted. One of my neighbours put a card through the door today. So I've had two out of the three neighbours I sent cards to. Two have sent cards back. So one to go. See if I get a full house. There's still plenty of time. They haven't run out of time yet. Right, let's run this water off. I had hot pot tonight. It's lovely, it's really, really nice. There you go. Right, can't see the dogs yet, they're not here yet. Here it comes. Oh, Sooty's there. I can see Sooty. I can't see Snoop yet. And I've got that and that. And I've still only got Sooty at the moment. Right, that'll do. Sooty stood there looking at me. Right, there's that. Let Sooty in, and that would probably inspire Snoop to come in as well. Come on then. Where's that Snoop? Is he not there yet? Where's that Snoopy gone? Where's that Snoop? Where is he? Right, if I take the camera. Oh. No, I thought I saw his tail, then I didn't. It was a reflection. Right, let's go and sort their beds out. If I take the chews with me, Snoop might hear me open the chew tin. Right, Sooty's definitely heard. Right, let's go through. We'll turn some of these lights on. Get their beds ready. If I turn camera that way, you should be able to see the corner where I put the beds. You see that? Oh, here comes Snoop. Right, let's shut that back door, guys. Good boy. Go on in, you go, Snoop. Right. Okay. Right, I've got the dog biscuits. Snoop's here. Don't know if you can see Snoop. Snoop's just there, look, by the toilet. If I lower the stick a little bit, you might get a better view of them. How's that? There's a good boy. I know you're so good. Right, hang on, let me put these down first. Oh, careful. It's only the lid off the box. That's all it was. I thought we'd hit my selfie stick for a minute. Right, you have to mind. There's a good boy. Hang on, no, stay there. Okay, go on then, on here. Right, let's get your blue blankets, guys. Right, who's going to have this one? Is this going to be yours, Sooty? Right. there goes Soot, on you get. Right, move, Snoopy, please. Thank you, stay there. Okay, on you get. There's a good boy. Right, we're there, guys. Just get their covers out. Right, we're there. Right, who wants their biscuit? Right, nicely. Sitting nicely. Good boys. Right, let's get them covered up. There's a good boy. Right, that's one. And Snoopy's as well. Right, that's it. The guys are done. Leave the box there. Right, there they all are covered up, having their chews. Or biscuits, should I say. Right, night night, guys. Sleep tight. See you in the morning. Right. We've had some lovely cuddles on the sofa tonight. They were feeling rather cuddly, so they were both on the sofa together. And every time Sooty's tail touched Snoop, Snoop growled. he doesn't like people touching him. He's all right, he won't bite you, he just growls, he grumbles like you're disturbing him. He's all nice and cuddly up there, and then Sooty gets a bit jealous and he wants to join in. And as soon as he jumps up there, Snoop starts growling and moaning at him. Right. You get that with toys with children, don't you, where you buy children toys and they always want the other child's toys. But the dogs are no different. If one's got a toy, the other one wants it. And vice versa, it works both ways. They're just like children. They get jealous if I make a fuss of one more than the other. The other one will barge in because he wants to have fuss as well. That's really nice. Guys, I've got exactly 2 months to my surgery, guys. It's 2 months to my birthday from today. Today's the 17th, and it's the 17th of February. I've been counting down, obviously. And today I was writing the date down on everything, like MOT certificates and job cards, and every time I wrote that date down, I kept thinking to myself, 2 months to go, 2 months to go. This is going to be a super special birthday party, guys. Or birthday, not birthday party, it's going to be a super special birthday. I will remember this one like no other birthday. One there. I think it's next door neighbour. I can hear a tap running, but it's not mine. It must be next door's. I can hear them when they go up their stairs, and I can hear them when they open and close their doors, and I can also hear them when they're in their bathroom. But other than that, I don't hear much of my neighbours. And that's the ones who are beside me, the ones who got the young child they've just had a little baby girl. I don't know the baby girl's name. When I sent a Christmas card to them, I didn't know what the little girl's name was. So yeah, they introduced the baby to me when it was born. I saw the baby when it was about a week old, but they never told me the baby's name then, and I didn't think to ask. But when I wrote the Christmas cards, it's one of those I thought, what do I put? So I put down to Charlie, Lisa and family. That's the only thing I can think to do. But I will probably find out in due course. Once I find it out, I'll make a note of it. I'll put it on my diary, so that next year I'll be able to put the right names in, guys. What I'm doing with all my Christmas cards now is I'm actually writing whoever sent that card to me, I'm writing their name on the front of the card in the bottom corner, so that when the cards are stood up on the side, I can look and I can see exactly who sent what card. Otherwise you've got to pick them up and look inside so you remember who it was. But because I've written the name in the bottom corner, it makes it really easy. That's a lovely way to do it. I'm pleased I did that. Another thing I could do is I could probably cut the front of the cards off and write the person's name and address inside that card and keep it like a Christmas card list and just go through it that way. That might not be a bad idea. Hadn't thought of that one. Right, let's do the chopping board next. They came round with some biscuits today. I think a customer brought a box of biscuits in for us. They brought them into the front when they booked the car in, and our assistant service manager brought them around the workshop. And I saw her coming, and I saw the biscuits in her hand, and I knew what she was going to do. And I was just about to take a car out of the workshop. I'd just finished a job, and I was just about to back out of the workshop when I saw her coming through the workshop. And she was on the passenger side of my car. So I tooted to her, and I put the window down, and she came over and she leant through with the biscuits in her hand. And as soon as she did that, I put the electric window up. So she couldn't get her arm out. I had a selection of biscuits. Yeah, she said she'd remember that, so I'm in trouble now. So I've got quite a few biscuits this morning. It was lovely. And I had the last one as well, because she came round at the end of the day with what was left, and there was just one biscuit left. She said, here you go, you might as well have that one. Probably been dropped on the floor or something. She probably got her own back. Right. Here we go, we've got the cheese grater here as well. I'll put that there. Get these done first. You don't seem to get that very often now, customers coming in with like a gift at Christmas. I think it's probably because it's so flipping expensive to get your car sorted out. I can't blame them, because it isn't cheap, guys. I always wonder to myself, could I afford to run a brand new car? Because some of the bills these people pay, absolutely astronomical, guys. Yeah. So you take it for granted when you're a motor mechanic, you know, that you can do it cheap anyway. You just buy the bits and do it yourself. But when customers have to pay over £100 an hour labour, that's frightening. Absolutely frightening. And you think what some of these prestige brands must be charging now. They must be probably close to £200 an hour, I should imagine. So, yeah, an expensive game. But there again, everything's gone up, hasn't it? Absolutely everything. Even down to the fish and chips. When you go out to get fish and chips now, it's like buying a 3-course meal. Used to be a cheap meal all those years ago, but not anymore. It's quite an expensive meal, fish and chips now. You know, I only buy for myself, but you imagine I went and bought fish and chips the other week. I had cotton chips, and the dogs had the battered sausages, and that was about £14. And you imagine if you had a family of 4, and you spent £14 on each member of the family. God dear, I'd expect to get a bottle of wine with that. Yeah, it's expensive now. I love this time of the day. I stand here and I think about things that are going on, things I've got to do, get paper clips, get drawing pins, all sorts of silly things cross your mind. It's a bit like that when you drive home sometimes. You start thinking about things, and all of a sudden you've got halfway home and you think, I didn't even realise I'd done the other half first. You think, wow, you know, just your mind was totally taken away from the drive and you were thinking about different things. Yeah, and all of a sudden you're halfway home. It makes you wonder how you'd respond if somebody stepped out in front of you when you were doing that. I don't know. A little bit frightening in some respects, but yeah, I've done that on quite a few occasions where I've been thinking about things, and before you know it, you're at work or you've got home. I did one. I was speaking to somebody. It was in my van. I was driving home in my van, and I've got my phone linked to the van. It is linked to the van, so I can actually speak through the van. It comes through on the radio, and that's really nice. And I was driving home. I got a phone call, and I can't remember who it was from, but I got a phone call, and I was talking to them, and I was talking to them almost all the way home. So it was nearly an hour. I was talking to them, but the trip went so quick. And I didn't hit anything either. But yeah, it totally took my mind off the trip. Right, we're nearly done. We've just got the cheese grater in a plastic container to do, guys, and we are done. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm going to take a cup of tea up with me. I have shut the front room down. That's all done, all sorted out. So it's literally a case of cup of tea and upstairs bed, guys. So yeah. And tomorrow we'll be halfway through the week, as somebody said, over the hump. Yes, this time next week, it would have been the last day, wouldn't it? We'll have been finished for Christmas. Tomorrow would be Christmas. Oh my gosh! So tomorrow's my last cheese day before we go for Christmas. Shall I have cheese on Christmas Day? I did say that though, didn't I? I was talking about that the other day about cheese and crackers, or like a, what do they call it? Buffet, where you set out the table, say like the dining room table. You put a tablecloth on it and you put things like bread rolls and ham and butter and cheese, and you just go and help yourself. I love that. I think that's really nice. I really enjoy that. I did go round to my youngest sister's on the Sunday, and I've got to go round there on Christmas Day. And what they're doing there, they've got it's like a double house. When they bought the house they're presently in, they built a big extension on the side because they had 3 children, and so they had a bedroom each for the children and their own bedroom. So it was a 4-bedroom house. But now the children have obviously grown up and moved out. They've got this big house all to themselves. And so what they did, they split the house into 2, and their youngest, which is a son, has got one half of the house, and they've got the other half of the house. They still sort of live together, if you like, but they are separate. They use the same front door, but you either go left into his half of the house, or you go right into my sister's part of the house. That's really good. And Christmas, I'm going up there on Christmas Day with my mum and dad, and I think my oldest sister's coming as well. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going up there with my mum and dad on the Christmas Day in the evening. But well, they said about 5 o'clock. They're going to do the food for 5 o'clock, but the food's going to be served in their son's house next door, and then once you've got your food, you're going to go into my sister's side of the house to eat it. Because they've got young children, the son's got 2 young children, and they're going to be putting them to bed early, and so they don't want people downstairs in their half of the house making a lot of noise, keeping the children awake. So that's how that was planned. Right, I can tip this out and we can have that cup of tea. There we go. Just do that. Where's the towel? There it is. Right, we're there. Make sure that kettle did boil, yes. Right, back door is locked. Let's take the camera over here, guys, and I can do my cup of tea now. Turn that off. That's it, I think everything's turned off. Just check I don't, yeah, before I've turned off. Oh yes, it's right, everything's turned off. I always turn the sockets off at night before I go upstairs. Somebody said to me about me checking my door all the time. Before I go up, I always double check to make sure I've locked the back door. And they sent a message saying, oh, I'm pleased I'm not the only one who does that. You do these things so automatically, and then you think, did I do that? I can't remember doing it, because you just do it as an automatic response. I usually shut the door and lock it straight away, but it's one of those, I think, did I do that? And I'm always doing that. It's a bit like when I'm at work and I do work on customers' cars. What I will do is I will leave specific tools out. Say if I take the wheels off a car, I'll put the wheels back on, and you do them up with your, I've got an electric gun, like an air gun, but it's an electric one, battery operated gun. So I'll zip the wheels up with that, but that doesn't do them tight, that just nips them up. And then you have to torque them up, use a torque wrench. And so I don't forget, I always leave the torque wrench on the side of my toolbox. So I'll zip all the wheels up with my gun, let the car down onto the ground, and that's when you torque the wheels up. And I always leave my torque wrench and the extension on the side of my box and do it. Now, if I don't do it like that, you can't remember if you've done it or not, because I'll do it as it's one of those things you get into kind of routine. And if you do it all the time, then if you look down at your toolbox and the torque wrench is still there, you think, oh, I haven't done the wheel nuts up. You remember. And I've always got the locking wheel nut tool there as well. So you know if that's gone back in the car, you've done it as well. So it's like a double, you're always double checking on yourself all the time. You have to do it. You have to be so careful, because you can get so easily sidelined. Somebody will come up and ask you a question, or they come out and ask you to do another job before you finish that first job. And so if you don't do things like that, you can so easily miss things. You have to be really careful. And you can actually get prosecuted for it as well. So if you put the wheels on a customer's car and you didn't do them up tight and the wheel fell off, you're actually liable. It's a bit of a horror, that one. You can get in big trouble, guys. And it's you definitely lose your job over it. You don't want to be doing that one too often. Right, here we go. Cup of tea's on the way. If I let that puddle for a second, I'll put the milk away. We'll put the towel away, give me some time. Oh, no. I can sit up in bed and go through some of my messages on YouTube, guys. That's why I want to do this, because it's 10:15 now. So if I go upstairs, get myself changed, jump into bed, then I'll have to get up later. If I have a cup of tea, I'm going to have to get up before I go to bed anyway. Spend a penny and do my teeth before I go to bed properly. So I can sit up in bed, drink a cup of tea and go through some of my messages. It'd be really nice, unless I fall asleep. I've done that before. Right, there we go, that's enough. Right. Just rinse the spoon and pop it in the drainer, and then we can go up. Right, spoon rinsed. Put that up there to drain. Yep, back door's definitely locked. Got my cup, everything's turned off, guys. Right, I better turn that radio on before we go. Just do that and turn it down to there. Can you hear it? Just right. That sounds louder on the recording than it actually is. And I've said that quite a few times, but people say, oh, you got it too loud, you got it too loud. But I haven't. It's really quiet, guys. But it comes out really loud on the video. Right, so that's the upstairs. That's this one. Right. Night, night, guys. Sleep tight. I'll see you in the morning. Right, we're going up to bed, guys. And I've got my cup of tea. Well, if I put the selfie stick, bear with me a second. I just got to shorten it a little bit, guys. There you go. And turn the bottom one off. And we're going upstairs. Mustn't spill my cup of tea. I've got my selfie stick in one hand, cup of tea in the other hand, going up some really steep stairs. It's a recipe for disaster. Here we go. Right, we've managed. We're up. Right, if I put my cup of tea down, I can open the door, and I've got the heater on. I flicked the heater on before I went to the kitchen. And then off. Got my cup of tea again. we're in. I don't know if you can hear the fan. I'll pop a cup of tea there. Here we go, and let's shut that door. It's lovely in here. It's really nice and toasty, guys. Right, if I put the selfie stick up. Oh. Right, there you go. Selfie stick's sorted. I'll do that down a little bit. Oh, lovely. Right, there you go. Right, let's get ourselves untoggled and then it's bedtime. Bangle. Ring. We've got to struggle on the ring again, guys. It's coming. Oh, there it goes, it's off. And the necklace. There it goes. Right. There we go, all sorted. Right, guys, I love you to bits, but I've got to go to bed. So I'm going to go through some of my messages on my YouTube site, and then I'm going to go to bed. So I'm going to love and leave you. I'm going to send you lots of videos again tomorrow, have a chat with you tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for that, and I shall see you then. So, bye-bye.